Good evening. It is 6:30. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I said I was going to go live this evening for our Monday talk section. So today I want to talk all about your virtual office. I posted maybe a week ago or so, I did a poll about who knew what the virtual office is, how you can use it. A lot of you said that you know what it is, and that's great. There were a couple of you that didn't know what it is, and so I want to go through step by step what the virtual office is. Even today, I'm learning new things about this virtual office. It is packed full. You don't just go to it to do a quick order and order oils. That is a main purpose of virtual office, but that's not the only purpose of virtual office. So we are going to go through what to do with this virtual office that you hear people talking about or hear me talking about, or even when you log in, whenever you go to this, you see virtual office and all you know to do is do quick order. I'm glad you know how to do quick order. We're going to talk about that, and even within that, there's some things that I want to teach you about tonight. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how do you get to your virtual office? What you'll do is you'll log into your computer, and I just want to preface everything that I'm going to be teaching about tonight is from an actual computer or your laptop. This is not from a phone. This is not even from an iPad. There's some similarities, but there's also some big differences of pretty much the placement of where I'm going to tell you where some buttons are that are different whenever you're looking at a phone or an iPad. So I am specifically talking about an actual computer, actual laptop, and where places are for those buttons. So logging into Virtual Office. YoungLiving.com is what you want to go onto. And you'll come up to a page it's the generic Young Living page. You'll scroll down a little bit to where it says North America, and you'll find United States, and you'll click on English. And once you do that, it'll bring up another page, and in the upper right corner, scroll all the way back up, you'll see the words sign in. Click on sign in. When you get to that part, you'll have a place to enter in your username and password. Now, your username is what you created whenever you became a member with Young Living, and your password is what you also created. Now, if you don't remember either one of those, I can give you your member number. You can just message me and say, hey, I'm trying to log in. I have no clue what this is. I can give you your member number. I don't have any access to your username that you chose, or of course your password. I don't have that either. So you can always try to get in that way. If you forget your password, there's always a place that says need sign in help. Feel free to click on that. You'll be prompted to enter in your email address, and then Young Living will email you what your member number is, and you can reset your password that way. So that is how you get into Virtual Office. That is step one. Hey, Mom, glad you got in. I saw you weren't able to, but now I'm glad you're back in, so glad you're here. Okay, after you've gotten into the Virtual Office, you're logged in, your information, your name should be in the upper right corner. It's going to say welcome, and you're on what's called your dashboard. That is a full summary of what's going on with you and your team. So you're going to see some strange letters: OGV, PV, PGV, qualified rank. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. I'm going to briefly go over what that is, but there are other videos about the compensation plan that you'll probably want to go back and watch sometime. Just Google compensation plan Young Living, or actually I'm going to show you within Virtual Office how to get to those videos. But right now, OGV, simple description of that is your overall group volume. This includes anything that you have purchased that month, anybody that's underneath you. If you're building your team, this is anybody that is in your team, including you, overall group volume. So once you get to certain ranks, you want that volume to be at a certain number. So if you're not ranking, or you're not even thinking about the business side, just know that overall group volume is pretty much what you're buying. PV means personal volume. This is what you have spent in this calendar month. It always goes back to zero every single month on the first. all the numbers go back to 0 on the first. So if you're building a business and you're trying to get these numbers at a certain place, every day on the first is kind of depressing because everything goes back to 0. But PV means personal volume. Personal group volume, you don't even really need to worry about that until you're a silver leader and above. It means personal group volume. I'm not even going to go into any of that. If you want to learn more about that, it is in the compensation plan, but just know it means personal group volume. And then qualified rank. Qualified rank is the last thing that you'll see on your dashboard, and that is where you are to date. Most people, whenever you just sign up, you're just using the oils, it says distributor. Then when you get to certain levels, it will go to star, then senior star, executive, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crown diamond, a royal crown diamond, okay? Just to give you an idea, 93% of the people who have a wholesale membership stay at that distributor level. So if that's what you are and you're worried about it, don't. And unless you're trying to do the business side of this, you're always going to be a distributor. You don't even really need to pay any attention to what that means or says. So, but that's what qualified rank means. Okay, on the left-hand side of your virtual office, we're going to be going down step by step what these menu titles say. So we're on the dashboard. That's where you start. So the next menu item is member news. If you click on that, that's where you'll see when Young Living has web maintenances. It'll give you a little idea like, hey, on Saturday you're not going to be able to do anything on the website. So if you knew that you wanted to place an order, maybe it's the last day of the month, or you know that you want a special product before it goes out of stock. If you see within that web maintenance that it's going to be shut down on those days or those hours, you're going to want to make sure you do your orders before that. So it gives you that. It also talks about Young Living news. A big one right now going on is the Ecuador earthquake relief. We have a farm. Young Living has a farm in Ecuador, and so they are raising funds and trying to help the people over there that were affected. There were thousands of people affected with that. So Young Living is trying to help with that. Other things in member news is that's when they announce product specials. Like their flash sales. Whenever sandalwood cream was 10% off last week, that's where they're going to put that stuff, and that's when they're going to announce it. That's where I find out a lot of the times where the flash sales are. So you can find out as soon as I do just by going through to your member news and virtual office. It also announces new products. When the Vitality line came out, they announced there, hey, we're switching over from the regular peppermint. We now have peppermint vitality oil. So that's where the new products are announced. All right, back on the left. So we have dashboard, member news. Next, we're going to the message center. These are messages from Young Living whenever you have placed an order. It tells you when you've placed an order. It also, if you click on the individual messages, you can get the order details, and you can get everything you need to know, how much you spent, when you spent it, and you can even go through tracking. We're going to go through that. There's another link about that, how to get to that a little quicker, but it gives you your order details. You can message member to member through this message center. A lot of people don't ever check that message center, so I don't recommend that. If you need to talk to somebody, I recommend private messaging them on Facebook through the Facebook Oil Blessings group. But just let you know, you can message your downline members if you want to use the message center. Yeah, I check my virtual office. You do it daily. I do it many times during a day to see what's going on, whether I'm changing my essential reward order, or I'm seeing who any new people that have joined our team. I can check that. So I check it a lot too. It's good to know where you are. Okay, after that, after the message center on the left-hand side, you have my organization. This is probably where I go 90% of the time. The other time is quick order, and the other time after that is essential rewards. But I'm 90% of the time on my organization. Hey, BJ, glad you could join us. I'm so glad you're here. BJ, for those watching, is our newest Oil Blessing member. She just signed up today. I've known BJ now for, 10 years, 9 years. So, hey, glad you're here. My organization, downline viewer, is where you can see anybody in your team. If you're the only one, you're not growing, you're not building, it's not what you want to do, it's just going to show you, that's fine. You can always go in there and see your personal stuff. You can click on your name, it pulls up your shipping address, how much you've spent, your member number, that's where you can get it there as well. So that if it's just you, that's fine. If you're building, I know we've got a lot of builders in this group or people that are getting people underneath them. That's where you want to go to see your downline viewers. That's where you can get their demographics, like their address. Let's say you have a new member and you want to mail them some reference material. So you need to get their address. So you'll go into your virtual office under My Organization, click on that person's name, and you can get their address. You can also get their phone number. You can just see a lot of stuff about that member. There's no passwords, there's no PIN numbers, there's nothing private in there. It's just for people that are signing up underneath you. They can see a little bit of details about you. My Organization is also a place where you can generate reports. I do this monthly, if not a couple times during the month. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody who has missed an ER date, or let's say somebody signed up underneath you. I am trying to make sure that I see that you're spending at least $50 or 50 PV a month to make sure that you're getting that $50 commission check. So if someone signs up underneath you, you've got to make sure, if you want to get a commission check, which I'm sure you do, you've also got to be spending 50 PV that month as well. So I'm trying to do that for you, and I will message you and say, hey, congrats, I see that you have a couple of people signed up underneath you this month. Be sure you get your order in the same month that they signed up. So I look for new members. I find about who's about to go inactive. So with your wholesale membership, you are covered for a full year without having to buy another single oil. But if you're using the oils, you're loving the oils, you're going to be at least purchasing $50 in that calendar year at some point. So as long as you're spending $50 a year, you're keeping your membership. But there are some that either they bought a kit, they used it maybe a couple days, and they put it on a shelf, and they totally forget about it, or it just wasn't, they weren't crazy about it. Maybe they just needed to be reintroduced again of why they loved these oils in the first place. I will message people when it's coming close to being in that year that their membership is about to be up. All you have to do is spend $50 to keep that membership, and you're good to go for another year. You can also customize those reports and get to it very detailed to whatever you're looking for. If you go in there, you'll kind of understand a little bit about that. There's a ton of different customizations that you can do. Okay, next. This is probably the biggest link that people go to whenever they log into the virtual office. It's the quick order. And that is where you order more products and oils from Young Living. Whenever you click on that link, hey, I just got an alert. Congrats, Melissa. Whenever you come back and watch, you just got a new sign up. I have an app, Oily Tools. I'm going to do a plug real quick for that. Anytime a new member in our team gets someone to sign up underneath it, it pops up. So-and-so got a new member on their team, and I'm so excited for them. So shout out to Melissa. She just shared oils with somebody. She'll be getting a $50 thank you check this month from Young Living because she just shared oils with somebody. Okay, quick order. You click on that link, it brings up a screen, and there's 8 different categories. Basically, this is your virtual catalog broken down in 8 categories. You've got new and seasonal. You've got home, which is a lot of the thieves line, your cleaning care, even some oral care, even frying pans. They now sell, Young Living sells like cooking frying pans like you can have in the kitchen. Personal care, opportunity, and under opportunity, that's where you can find your premium starter kits and specialized ER kits. If you're on Essential Rewards, which I'll talk about that one day too, there's special kits that are just for ER members. But the premium starter kits, that's where you go to find, you can buy a countless number of premium starter kits. Since I've been in with Young Living, I have probably purchased between 5 and 6 premium starter kits. And the reason for that is once I get low on several of the oils that come in a premium starter kit, doing the math, if I wanted to replace 3 or 4 of the oils in the premium starter kit individually, if I just bought a whole new kit, not only do I get the oils that I'm running low on, I get extra oils plus an extra diffuser for another bedroom. So a lot of the times I will just buy a new premium starter kit. Those are unlimited. You can buy those as many times as you want. That's under opportunity. The next category they have is the essential oils and blends. That's a lot of times where I'll go to. I want to try new oils for that are outside the premium starter kit. I'll click there. It has every oil, every blend that Young Living offers. The next one is healthy and fit. That's a lot of the sleek line or the protein bars, the protein powder that we have. The next one is the diffusers and accessories. That's a fun one just to browse through when you're shopping. It shows all of the diffusers that Young Living has to offer, and then the fun accessories. And the last one is miscellaneous, and that's just stuff that there was really no place to go. But it's fun just to browse and see what Young Living has to offer. It's a ton of stuff. I think the last time I heard they sell over 500 items. That includes oils, diffusers, accessories, miscellaneous. It's everything. So it's just fun to just go to that one under quick order. All right, next, I just talked a little bit about Essential Rewards. The next menu item on that left-hand side is Essential Rewards. If you don't know what that is or you haven't signed up for that yet, you can always get some more information about that. You can do a search in Oil Blessings about Essential Rewards. I've posted a couple times about that, explains what the program is and how it works. But on the tab in your virtual office, you'll click on that. If you're not a member of it, it lets you sign up there. You choose a date that you want to do an auto ship. You choose a date of the month. My date, I think, is the 5th of every month. I know that I have to go into this Essential Rewards tab, change out my order every single month, so I'm not getting the same exact thing every single month. So I can customize my Essential Rewards order. So since I'm already on Essential Rewards, when I click on it, that's where you change your monthly order. That's where you can see how many points you've accumulated. Quick play for Essential Rewards. The first 6 months that you're on it, you're getting 10% back of what you're purchasing. Months 7 to 12, you get 15% back. And then 13 on for life, you're getting 20% back on your Essential Rewards points. So you can check your rewards points. I just cashed in, I think, 150 of them and got a bunch of stuff that I've been wanting lately. So you can use your points just like cash. The next thing it says is PV Assistant. And that is another little tool that Essential Rewards can do for you. Let's say you always want, if you're on Essential Rewards, you have to be doing 50 PV per month anyway. But I like, especially if you're on the building side, you need to be placing a minimum order of 100 PV a month. So sometimes I will set my PV Assistant and I will add products within that PV Assistant. So in case what I have put in my ER cart goes out of stock or pretty much it just goes out of stock. As long as my PV Assistant says, do not let my cart drop less than 100 PV. Let's say Tranquil goes out of stock, but I didn't catch it, so now my PV drops down to 90 PV. Well, if my ER processes and I don't have my 100 PV, I'm not going to get a commission check at the end of that month because I didn't place a minimum order of 100 PV. So I always want to make sure that my PV Assistant is set where I want it. If there's a promo that I want to get the 300 PV promo, I will set my PV Assistant at 300 to make sure that it doesn't drop down. It's kind of like your little backup buddy to help you along and remember to get what you want. The next thing that you'll see is the reward points history. This is fairly new. They've just added this a couple months ago. You can actually go in and see what you've redeemed your ER points for. For example, I redeemed the other day, I got some more bottles of Thieves. I needed a couple more bottles of Thieves. And I literally paid $6.99 for 2 bottles of Thieves and used all my points to buy those for me. So that's the free products that I'm getting. I accumulated them over the months and I was able to get free product. That's how you get free product, using your Essential Rewards program. All right, the next tab on that menu on the left, Member Resources. This one is probably the most hidden gem that is in the virtual office. I was blown away whenever I first discovered this tab, and I check it. This is underneath my organization, Quick Order, and Essential Rewards. This is my next one that I go to, Member Resources. Click on that. You get some quick links. It'll pop up. This is where you find Young Living's policies and procedures. This is where you find frequently asked questions. A lot of the questions that are asked in Oil Lessons or even Oil Nation, if you go to this member resources under frequently asked questions section, it has a ton of information about Young Living products. So check there first before you have a question maybe. Of course, we're happy to answer any questions that you have if you didn't look there. But sometimes a lot of the questions that I've answered, I copy and paste from this frequently asked questions page. So FYI, that's a huge one. It also goes over the compensation plan highlights. This is what I was talking about a little bit earlier about that on your dashboard when it says PGV. You have no idea what it is. This may talk a little bit more about that. It's just the highlights of the compensation plan. It also has where you can click on the link for the Young Living blog. I get a lot of my recipes and a lot of my diffuser recipes and ideas from the Young Living blog. I didn't know if you knew that they had a blog, but that's where you get the links for those from. It also has an out-of-stock list. If you're just waiting for that one precious oil to come back in stock, you can go to this. It updates every single Friday. It tells you what's out of stock, and it also gives you a date that it's being projected to come back. A lot of the time it gives the exact date that it comes back, and sometimes it even comes back a couple days before that, or it says a to be determined. They don't know because they're just waiting for the farms to grow the oils or grow the plants so they can distill it. A lot of times it's based on weather, so they really don't know. Also, shareable media. Y'all, you know how you share oils with friends that you don't know or you don't want to talk about it? You download it on your Facebook page and you post it. So if you go to shareable media, everything within that link right there, click on it, right click on it, go down to copy or save onto your computer, and then upload onto your Facebook page. Boom, you just shared about oils. You have no idea who's watching or who's looking at that, but the shareable media is there for you to use. Also, it has the virtual product catalog in this member resources. A lot of people like to get, I have it sitting here, I don't anymore, the physical catalog that you get, but friends are like, I want to see, do you have a catalog? Can I look at it? Send them this link. Now, you may have to turn off your pop-up blocker for this. I had to on my computer. So if it's not coming up, make sure your pop-up blockers are off. And then they'll give you a link and you can virtually flip through the entire catalog. Last thing in member resources is really handy. If you're new on the business side, you want to have a link that you can give friends. With like a lot of you guys that whenever you signed up under me or under a friend, you had a link that you clicked on to sign up underneath them. Here's where you can get your own link. I use Oily Tools, that app that I was telling you back. They have their own link generator, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. You'll put in your member number both in the sponsor and enroller ID, and then it generates your link for you. Now, it does generate a forever long link. It has a lot of gibberish. Blah, blah, blah. It's not really user or pretty on the eyes because it's literally about 100 characters long. Copy and paste that in bit.ly. That's bit.ly.com. You'll have to create an account for that first, but once you do, it's free. You paste that super long link into the tab that says enter long link here. I think that's what it says, and it'll generate a customizable link, and you can customize it to Young Living Allison. That's what mine is. Mine is bit.ly / Young Living Allison instead of / all million numbers and stuff. So link generator, that's where you can get that in member resources. The last little menu item on your left hand side is my account. This is where if you move, you need to change your shipping address, or if you change a credit card, or you need to update your credit card, this is where you go to do that. You can also put a picture. You can link your virtual office to your Facebook or your social media page. You can do Twitter as well, and it'll put a picture rather than a question mark on your virtual office. So this is your profile. This is where you also see your commissions. This is where you also find your order history. Now with order history, click on order history, click on shipping status, or you can see the shipping status, whether it's pending or shipped or canceled, whatever. Those are the three main ones that you'll see. So under order history, you'll have a click on order number. That's a live link. Click on that. And then within that, there's another live link that says tracking number. Once you get a live tracking number, that means it's shipped. You can track it and you can see exactly what day it's going to come to your house. If you click on that order link and the tracking number is empty, it means it hasn't been shipped yet. Check back in a couple days, another day, maybe at the end of the day. But it is coming, and you will see when that tracking number goes live. It also has a place that's called Wallet. This is whenever you can go in, you can either change your credit card or you can update your credit card. Just make sure that the credit card you want to use is accurate and up to date. Otherwise, you'll have problems. You can also look at your voucher history. If you look at that, you go, what the heck is a voucher? Honestly, we haven't seen a Young Living voucher in over a year now. I'm hoping they're going to come back with one. The way we got vouchers in the past is it was included with an ER rewards or an ER promo per se. So ER, you start getting free products with ER whenever you start spending 190 PV a month, 250 PV a month, or 300 PV a month. In those levels, you get certain products. Like this month, it's oils or the digestion cleanse or the kids line. But sometimes you'll get an oil and then maybe a $20 voucher, and then you'll get maybe some more oils or another product, supplements, whatever Young Living chooses. That $20 voucher that you're given in your Essential Reward card, that is to give to someone else whenever someone else checks out. I don't know if you noticed whenever you checked out that it says enter voucher number if you have a voucher number. That is where you would enter that voucher number in, and it's like you can give a friend, hey, I know you love the oils, I know you want the oils, become a wholesale member, and I have $20 off that I can give you. And it's taken off at time of checkout. So that's really handy. I hope they bring one back. It's like I said, it's been over a year since I've seen them do it, but I hope they bring the voucher back. Next thing under this My Account is the My Preferences link. That's important because that's where you go to make sure that you're receiving emails from Young Living. Go to that tab, go to my account, My Preferences, and make sure that it's clicked yes or turned on to receive emails from Young Living, because in those emails, that's where you get a ton of good stuff. They give you the product updates, they give you what's on sale, and it's stuff that you don't want to miss. I try to put in oil blessings whenever I get those emails, but you know, I'm still a busy mom of 3 and I may miss something that you may wanted to know about. So make sure that those are on. Last thing on here, under this My Account tab says personal website. You can get a personal website through your virtual office if you're doing the business side. Look into it. See if it's something that you'd be interested in. Honestly, I didn't go. My website that I have is not through the virtual office. Mine is actually through ylDist.com. I just chose that route. I've seen really good things about them, and I customized it to how I like it. There's another one right now that has just come out that I'm hearing good things about as well. It's called GetOiling.com. So if you want to get your own personal website, you're getting friends that are wanting to see, hey, do you have a website I can look at? If you're wanting to do that, you want to take that plunge, jump into the business side of things, I think it's a nice tool to have a website, makes you look maybe a little more professional. You can always send them to the virtual or to the youngliving.com website though. They can browse there. So this is not a requirement. This isn't even something you have to have, even if you're doing the business side, but it is, I just wanted to give you that information since it's in your virtual office, and that's what we're talking about today. So that is it. That is your virtual office. I hope you learned at least one new thing about the virtual office and how to navigate through it. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer before we sign off. I'm glad that you guys watched. I know it's just a couple of you guys tonight, but that's okay. This video is going to be available in Oil Blessings on replay. So, all right. I hope everyone has a great night, and we'll be live again at least next Monday, if not sooner. Thanks, guys.